Hi. Okay, guys, you have no idea how excited I am to do this. But what I have to tell you is, it didn't occur to me until I started preparing today that I got to, oops, why am I hearing me? Because I got people. So I didn't realize I got to make food. I got to talk to you. And I'm not just wonderful volunteer team here helping me. So I apologize for what's going on, but I'm so lucky because you'd be seeing a blank page with just me. Facebook and Instagram. Am I on everything? You're on TikTok and YouTube right now. Oh, shoot. Oh,
Okay.
time. Learn something from this to do next time so we don't have the same mistake again. Okay, what is it? Like you should tell me. Anyway, I'm very fortunate to have this team of volunteers. You have no idea. I'm so grateful. Thank God they know 1,000 times more than me, but that's not saying anything. Everybody knows it. Not going to say anything negative. Okay. Am I broadcasting yet? Oops, now the camera's all wanky.
Okay.
Okay, so
We gotta flip it because it's looking at you. It's recording you when you're on YouTube and TikTok.
oh, so people are hearing me. Okay, it's interesting, when you
You gotta go
aren't in
back
this
because you're, yeah, sorry.
time frame
Oh, no.
of what's going on, and your other people know so much more than you. I am determined to learn this because this is part of my world. It isn't just about how I eat or take care of myself or all the other things. It's about not putting limits on myself. So this stuff is challenging, but I'm determined to learn something more every day. Anyway, are we ready to go yet? We got so much to do. What I want people to do is let me know where you're popping in from, because I had so many people come to all the restaurants for so many years, on and on. And so I just like to know where you're popping in from. And I don't know, should I get started with the food, folks, or everybody doesn't have me? Here's the
Have
deal.
you in audio?
If I don't get all the food made, I promise you I will have the recipes up. And maybe I'll try and do a video of doing it if I do it for myself. I would like to say I will get them up and I'll make a video of what I don't get to tonight. Because I'm not starting because everybody isn't on. And they're still working things out. I'm so sorry. But whatever you don't get, I will post.
All right, we have somebody from Chicago. We got somebody from Frankfurt. We got Park Forest, Maywood. Anybody else?
Oh, so you're hanging on through all of this?
Can't see you, but can hear you.
Oh,
Skokie.
Skokie. Also, we're in the Chicago area. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. And I'm loving living out here where I live now. All right, so maybe I should just get started with the recipes and hopefully I don't know what to tell you. Okay, so
Minneapolis.
Minneapolis.
Yeah.
I was there once. I came to a, well, that's another story. We'll go into it today. All right, let's get cooking, folks, okay? Because I don't know what else to tell you. So I thought maybe what we would start with tonight is the rolls, the white rolls we're gonna make, because that'll probably take the most time. And what I'm going to use is fresh zucchini. And I have one peeled already, but I'm gonna peel one for you. Guys, look at these. These were from my garden this year. I have never, ever grown zucchini before. And look what I did. This is just a couple of them, but I got a couple of smaller ones for this. And zucchinis are so high in fiber and lots of water. And they really give a lot of the breads that I make. I add zucchini to it. It adds that, I don't know, that fiber bread texture to it. So we will be using fresh zucchini. We're going to make a,
Good.
right, let me find my recipe here. We're going to use almond flour. Okay, so let's start. The first thing we're going to do is shred the zucchini. And I peel it, and I like to peel it because I want white bread. I want it to look like white bread. But I do use the okay. I do use the peel. I almost use the peel on everything on juice and I eat. I rarely take it off, but I am going to take the zucchini. Did I leave the zucchini, the scraper over there? Do you guys have it? Hmm. Oh, here it is. Okay. So I'm just going to clean the zucchini and I'm using 2 medium-sized zucchinis. This is going to be our rolls, okay? You know, one of the things I recommend you do when you're doing a holiday or just a dinner with people in general, and everybody's going to want to come and be a part of it, it's a family gathering. Make a wish list, you know, or a to-do list, because people are going to come over and they're going to say, what do you need me to do? What can you help? And so having everything prepared in the kitchen ahead of time, like the different projects, the different foods you're going to make, have a little station. I use these little baskets for each thing I'm doing. Have a little station for each food and have a do it list, a honey-do list in each basket. So when people pop over, you know, like this is a great addition for somebody to help in making the zucchini bread. Just have it ready and say, well, will you peel this for me? Okay. And people, I don't know, that's part of the whole thing of coming together to eat together for holidays, you know. And what I'm hoping to bring about with these classes is where we want to do this more than just for the holidays. Maybe you institute some kind of program with the family. I'm making it sound so stiff, right? A program, but where you institute something with the family where, you know, once a month on Sundays or whatever, the women get together, the men too, you know, but I'm from a different era. And you make food and you talk and you share because, you know, this is what's fueling us for life. This, I'm showing you the scraps. This is going in the compost bin, but this is what's fueling us for life. Do you understand? These nutrients. And I know I'm not saying take away from the convenience of it all. And I know all the one pot and all the easy things and ordering, you know, in this day and age, we have to adjust. I understand. But let's not lose sight of the time together in the kitchen. Like from the olden days, I'm talking about me, I'm from the olden days, right? But from the olden days where, well, I got food in my face, from the olden days, I'm telling you, this is another practice rehearsal, guys. But anyway, from the olden days where, you know, you got together in the kitchen and it wasn't just about, I don't know, I don't want to criticize anything. I just want to add something to maybe what you're doing in your life to bring more peace and more joy. You know, this fueling our bodies together as a family, as a lifestyle, is a little bit more than ordering from wherever you order food from. And I'm not saying you shouldn't do that if that's working for you. Okay. Okay. So back to the bread. So now we've peeled it, and I have a little trick here. These are sprouting bags. Okay, you can use them for making your nut cheeses or meats. They're sprouting bags. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a sprouting bag over my bowl, and I'm going to shred the zucchini. The reason for the sprouting bag is so I can wring out the water, because this wonderful zucchini actually has a lot of water in it. And we're going to help with the dehydration by taking a lot of the water out. So as you can see, what I'm doing is I'm just shredding. Oops. Stand it up and do it. We may get an assistant. All right. Well, it's great to bring the family in and help you with the food. I mean, it, I think it's wonderful if you can make it a family project. You know, when my kids were very little, they went to Montessori school. And but then you had to, it was the state law, you had to feed the kids what the state said they had to have. And so I had to get a doc note saying my children couldn't eat that food. But the story is, we started doing apple sauce and apple juice and stuff, and the kids loved it. They took the kids apple picking, and I brought my juicer in and all kinds of stuff, and they made the food. You know, when you employ the children in part of the you all kind of get together. So I'm gonna have somebody else finish this, because we're gonna need two of these for the process. But you notice I put it in my little bag there. Now watch. I'm going to squeeze. Look, and it's all there. No, it's so, and the juice is good. And I'll give you another little trick that I use. I don't throw anything away. I learned that from Dr. Wigmore, who started the raw movement. I throw nothing away. There'll be more juice in here, but this little juice, where is it? I have a jar where I just keep juices and marinades, and it's like a soup starter for me. Does somebody put it in the sink? Oh, yeah. So this is like from some lemon stuff or from juicing. So it doesn't look like much now, but by the end of the week from making food, my little, what would you call it? What do you buy those soup starters? What do you call those? The bouillon cubes. This will be my bouillon cube. And I could actually freeze this and use it like that, or even dehydrate the cube and rehydrate it and stuff. So literally, I don't throw anything away in my kitchen as much as I can. Okay, so I'm gonna have somebody finish, oops, shredding this for me, and we'll get back to making the bread, and we'll start something else. Will somebody finish this for me? Inside the bag, okay?
And we have a couple more people that popped in. Chicago, Libertyville, Northern Redwood Coast, California, Coldwater, Michigan.
Can you hear her? Where you guys are coming in. Thank you so much for popping in. And by the way, if you're not able to see the whole video, and I know I'm kind of jumping around too, I am going to post all the recipes, even the ones we don't get to. I will post all the recipes on my YouTube channel, and you'll be able to go there and get them. But this was just so I could bring you into the kitchen with me, and we could hang out while we're making the food if you had any questions or whatever. By the way, do I have a bunch of plant-based people or vegan or raw foodists or just people looking to help? Where's your interest here? What's bringing you here to see the food here? Oh, I know what I started to say before. All the different roads to the top of the mountain. And I'm just here to push the plant-based vegan raw lifestyle, because I'm 79 years old. I'll be 80 my next birthday. And I think I'm living proof that it works, because I don't get tired. I don't get sick. I don't have a lot of challenges that a lot of people can feel in my age group. So that's why I consider myself an expert. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a scientist. I'm not even a real nutritionist. But okay, so what are we gonna make? Let's make our gravy next. We've got our buns going. Or let's make the mashed potatoes. Those are really a lot of fun. We got the bread, the zucchini, that'll come back. We'll come back to that. So
Well, we've got some vegans, some raw foodists. Some people are here just for the experience. We got somebody who's 20 years raw.
Yes. Who's that? Is this somebody I know? 20 years
Song Sparrow 4324
Oh, I
for
don't
20
recognize
years.
the names.
Yeah, they're YouTube names, so you never know. Vegan, plant-based, vegan, vegan from Devonport, Tasmania.
Tasmania. Ooh, I love that.
High raw.
I've never been to Tasmania. I've been all over the world, but I've never been to Tasmania, and I'm so impressed that there are people there. How would I be impressed or not? I don't even know what's going on in Tasmania. I think it's wonderful. I know Dracula from Tasmania. Is that right? Is that being
No.
politically incorrect?
That's Transylvania.
Oh,
Tasmania is the Tasmanian devil.
all right. Let's real quick make the cranberry sauce. Okay. So I'm going to use my food processor with the S blender. This is so easy, guys. You have no idea, and it's so delicious. So, but before we do that, I'm going to need mushrooms for the gravy. So I have some chopped mushrooms, and this is basically how you cook in a raw food kitchen. I use oil, so I love olive oil. You can use coconut oil. I know there are people who aren't comfortable with it, but like I said, there are many ways to the top of the mountain, and I need olive oil. So I'm just gonna pour olive oil, and a lot of times I will keep this in the refrigerator. I'm gonna throw some salt on it, and this brings out the juices, and it actually will tend to make them feel cooked. So I'm gonna throw some salt, some olive oil, and this is for the gravy we're gonna make. So and I'm just gonna kind of toss this. I wash my hands beforehand. Okay. They're really kind of good just like that. So I keep them in the refrigerator in olive oil and salt. So I add them to salads. I add them to foods I'm making. They're really quite good like that. These are portobello, but you can use shiitake. What this is really good. Other than little on the mushroom raw. So those are marinated. The zucchini is being shredded. Remember, you got all the women folk and men folk in the kitchen helping you out. But it really is so simple. So to get ready for the cranberries, we're going to take the skin off of 2 oranges. This is 2 oranges. And I don't mind, I will cut it off. Where's my knife? So I'm just going to take the skin off the orange. And like I said, I don't mind if you leave a lot of the white on. It's slightly bitter, but it's the bioflavonoids. And it's really good for people who go through a lot of bruising. If you hit yourself and you bruise very easily, the bioflavonoids will help counteract that. One of the things that can, there is no one thing for everything. Do I have any questions so far? Anybody? No? Okay. Anyway, so I'm leaving the white on because like I said, I don't mind the bioflavonoids. I mean, this is so easy, guys. And the thing of it is, you know, I should add, I said I'm not a doctor, I'm not a scientist, I'm not a chef either, okay? I've had all of these businesses with food, and I've never been to chef school. I never learned all the fancy stuff. I have a lot of machines that do chopping and stuff for me, but I was never that person. So you don't have to be a chef to cook in the kitchen. All right, so I'm gonna use my food processor with the S blade, and I'm gonna throw the oranges in.
We have someone asking, what are we making?
We're making cranberry sauce, cranberry relish, cranberry sauce, a raw one. And you know what? If you're going to relatives and they're not into any of this kind of eating, it's a fun thing to take along the way anyway. This is like about, this is a bag of cranberries. And I'm mixing it in with the oranges. Let's see, well, for decoration. Okay, it's gonna get noisy for a second. Why aren't we working?
Is the blade in all the way? Sometimes though.
Okay,
It's spinning, but
this
it's
is the
not.
beauty of live TV, right? You know why? Okay, let's switch this. I told you that I wasn't sure what I was doing here tonight, folks, because I didn't realize I'd be talking to people making food. I'm usually in the kitchen by myself. Okay. It needs the S blade.
Is it in the washer?
Okay, while they look for the S blade for me, okay, let's pop over to the gravy. I said, okay, nothing. Okay, let's pop over to the gravy. I'm going to use my Vitamix, or you can use a liquefier or a blender for this. Okay, now we're gonna make gravy, and we're gonna use any type of liquefier you have. I love the Vitamix. I've had mine for like 50, 60 years. They last forever. Literally, they do, and I've used them in all the restaurants regularly. You just have this little mechanism that every so often you have to change, but it's a great one, but they're all good. Okay, so I'm going to put, okay. 3, wait, I said I was gonna make the gravy, right? Okay, we're making the gravy. Okay, folks, I got this. Okay, so for the gravy, we're gonna need 3 cups of walnuts. All right, will somebody come over and strain these for me? Sure. And give me 3 cups of cranberries. There's a blender in there. It's coming together. You know, part of it is this making so many dishes within this few minutes here, but no, here, just hand them to me. Thank you. Back to the cranberry sauce. Okay, seriously, I don't know if doing the class live is the way to go. Okay, this is really getting to be a challenge because my blender isn't working here. I'm not, okay. I will make the recipes for you guys. Here. All right, we're gonna go back to the gravy.
How do you get this out?
Turn it.
Like, it's not going anywhere. Mercury's in retrograde. That's where we're at.
I'm just hearing Mercury's in retrograde. I don't know what that's supposed to mean to me right now, but now the whole machine, you know, my daughter says I'm a vortex around these kind of things, and it's just,
There we go.
is anybody saying anything? Is anybody still on? Is anybody here?
LOL.
I mean, is anybody still here? I wasn't advertising I was going to show you how comfortable and how peaceful it is to be in the kitchen. And I guess Mercury or somebody or whatever has something to say about that. Is there anybody, do you have any questions or any challenges for the holidays?
Jay
Coming up.
Harris says he is from Chicago. Thank you for the living example. I'm now 75% raw and still getting better. Love and support forever.
Oh, thank you. I thank you so much. Yeah, you know what? Because there's so many people out there that have some recipe channels. I didn't even bring my book to show you. I have a whole recipe book. Okay, we're getting ready to dig one of this.
We're gonna try it once again.
How long do you soak the cashews and the walnuts?
Soak the cashews and the walnuts. I like to just soak things 3 or 4 hours, but if you don't get a chance, you know, the best. It breaks down the enzyme inhibitors, so it makes them easier to digest. And there's so many people in this day and age with nut allergies, you know, all over I mean, everybody's you can't eat peanuts, you can't eat this nut, kids can't go in their schools with them. But it's all from what I learned based in digestion. So if you get your digestion in order, people that I've worked with one-on-one and my classes actually have gotten over their allergies. I was allergic to everything known to man, so it isn't something we have to live with. But when you soak them, you break down those inhibitors that create the allergic reactions, from my understanding. And it's amazing that people can turn that around. Okay, let's try this again.
We have a question
Yes.
from Dr. Katrina. She says, what advice would you give to someone that wants to go raw?
What advice would I give someone? That's such a important question.
But this works.
It's working now. Oh, and I forgot one of the secret ingredients I put in there. You know what I add, guys? I add a little chia seed because that helps it to become a little more gelatin-like. And we're going to add some maple syrup. And chia seed. I can't believe this. We did all of this ahead of time, everybody. I promise you. Okay. Next time we'll make 2 things, and that's it. And I want you guys to write to me or DM me and tell me what you'd like to see me make. Because really, my gift that I feel that I have in this is taking stuff that we were used to emotionally and physically eating in the regular world, whatever your regular diet was, and transferring it to this world so that emotional satisfaction is still there. I'm going to add a couple of tablespoons of chia seed. This is to my cranberry sauce I'm making. Okay. And I'm going to add some, you could use maple syrup. This is date syrup. And what I love about date syrup is that it doesn't change your glycemic index on your sugar. So I use dates wherever I can for a sweetener. And you know, you can sweeten this to taste. And like I said, the recipe will be somewhere. I don't want to say it. Okay. So now I'm going to, and maybe I want to add a little bit of salt because things that you want to sweeten it helps break the cranberries down a little bit. Okay, I'm going to get you your questions. And now let me just blend this real quick and then I will get your questions. And we want to leave it. And you know what we could do to extend this a little further is we could add a little orange juice to it. There's some in the refrigerator right there on the door. But you could almost use this as you know what it needs? And it needs a tiny bit of lemon juice. It needs just a, what are you looking for?
Orange juice?
Yeah, it's right in there. It's not in there. I'm gonna add just a dab of lemon juice to this. And a little bit more of the maple syrup. You know what I love about cooking in raw kitchens is there are really no mistakes. That's a vegan kitchen too. You can always turn something in. You really don't ever have to throw anything away in the kitchen. There's always a way to reuse it. So let's see what's going on here. Oh, I was going to add a little bit of orange juice to it. And then when we let it sit in the refrigerator a little bit, it'll kind of gel together. I promise to give you the rest of the amounts later. Okay, and there's our our cranberry sauce. How easy was that? I mean, literally. It was pretty yummy too. And after it sits in the refrigerator for a bit, it will be ready to go. And you know what? You could actually blend it even more and use it over toast or pancakes or anything like that. That's wait, hang on, let me make it look nicer than that. And this is something that would be great to take to families home. You know, bring the cranberries. Just to introduce something new. And guess what? It's raw, it's live. And here's another deal with eating raw living foods, folks. You can't eat as much. I need to get this one. Can't eat as much. So it takes a lot less to fill you up. So your digestive system isn't worked as hard. And you have more energy. And the body just doesn't, it's the fuel and it sends you off to working right away. You don't have to work so hard at working things. Especially the older we get, because every time you sit down to a cooked meal, you're using your digestive enzymes. So it's kind of like the older you get, the less enzymes you have, which is why some of us have chosen to go more raw than cooked. Okay, did I have some cranberries left there all over the place? Okay.
Yeah, they're in this bowl underneath them.
Anyway, okay, we've got something completed. There's that cranberry sauce. Phew. And it's really quite delicious. I'm telling you, it's very yummy. Mm. You could put it over breakfast the next morning on some toast or something. And you know what? Part of the whole experience is the experience, you know, bringing back memories and stuff you did from childhood or just the family getting together, talking. You know, it isn't all about all the stuff going on in the world. It's my understanding that we've taken in so much more information than we were designed to take in. And I think it takes us away, or at least me, it took me away from some of the basics that I needed to hone in on more so. Or maybe it's just the chapter of what I'm in, who knows? Okay, so we've got that made. We're gonna make the gravy now. And
Do you want to answer some questions?
absolutely, I want to
All
answer
right.
some questions. What are my questions?
Dr. Morgan says that
Where's my nutritional?
they,
Pardon me?
It's down there.
what are the ingredients in the cranberry sauce?
What's in the cranberry sauce is just chia seed, cranberries, oranges and orange juice and date syrup. And I will have some semblance of amounts. I will post all of that.
Okay.
And it's just put in an S-blade, this is the flaxseed.
It's down there. I saw it in a bag.
I thought I put it in something else. All right, let's make the gravy real quick because our biscuits will be ready soon.
Michael also says, I am considering going raw, but I am concerned about how to get enough calories, not from fats. How do you get your calories, Karen?
That's a cute answer. How do I get my calories, Karen? Do I look like I'm getting any calories? No, I'm just joking. The one thing about being raw is, especially for the number of years I've done it, you don't put on a lot of weight. You kind of get at the weight you were meant to be. This is the same weight I was when I was 16, 12. You know, I don't believe we're supposed to put on another 5 years just because the axis of the world has gone around again. But so, and the world has gone in a different direction. The acceptability is being larger and larger and larger, especially in our part of the world. And, you know, I'm not saying right or wrong. I'm just saying, for me, I think I'm supposed to be the weight. And so being raw has not, it's very difficult to put on weight for me. Being raw, I stay at the same thing. If I want to put on a little weight, I made some sourdough bread. But and you know, I know a lot of raw guys too, and they're really into bodybuilding and they don't have the problem of being too thin. But I guess the question I would ask you is, where in your brain does it register that this is too thin and this is not acceptable? Because I think we've learned to accept larger and larger people, you know, just as a way of life. Any other questions?
Yes. Joe asked, do you not bother removing orange seeds?
Do I not bother moving orange seeds? I know, and there's something with the apple seeds too, with cyanide or something in them. And, you know, sometimes I think about it and I do, and sometimes I don't. Do I worry about it? No. I would be more concerned for myself if I was eating meat, fish, chicken, or dairy, as opposed to the seeds and a few things that I may get. So, um, you know, I'm kind of on the fence with that. I pick and choose my battles, and I think that's what we all have to do. Oh, I better get to this.
And Robin asked, will you be posting the recipes?
Yes, well, we should have a little banner going across there so people feel safe, because this has got to be crazy trying to factor in and listen to, would you open, please, factor in, I know I had some out already, factor in to listen to all of this and wanting to get the recipe too. I promise. Where is it?
What is that? It's
This?
No, on the
Oh,
top.
that's lettuce and bread.
Okay, sorry. I'm far away from it. I couldn't tell.
Someone also asked, a raw sourdough bread.
Pardon me?
They said raw sourdough bread question mark.
Yes, I will be making a recipe with raw sourdough bread, but I'm talking about, I will get the cooked and eat it occasionally. And I don't worry about it. It doesn't, I don't bloat from it. I don't get any reaction that I would from something else. So occasionally I will do regular 3 ingredient sourdough bread. Just because I want it every so often. It isn't a daily thing with me. And you know, the guy that when I was starting all this, that I learned so much from, Pablo Arriola, he was this famous scientist. And he said, you need to do something a little negative every so often so the body remembers how to respond. I'm not telling you to do that, but that's how I justify it in my brain. Okay, back to the gravy. Mushroom gravy. So we need 2 cups of walnuts. Where are the walnuts?
Walnuts are by the sink.
And is this 2 cups?
That I am not sure,
Yeah, it looks like it's
but there's some in the strainer as well if you want to.
about 2 cups of walnuts. I think I'm gonna need them for another recipe too. And I'll tell you, I soak all of my nuts before I use them. You guys know that's the name of both of my books, Soak Your Nuts. We're gonna put in a cup of nutritional yeast. Okay. We're gonna put in a cup of the nutritional yeast with all the walnuts. We're going to put in some tamari, and what I like about tamari, it's gonna give us the salty flavor, but you shouldn't have a problem with it if people have wheat allergies. So we're gonna put in some tamari, about 2 tablespoons. Do I have any more questions on measuring all this out, guys? One.
21st Century Homestead eggs. Is there a nut-free option recipe that you recommend?
Is there a nut-free option recipe? Generally, when I do things nut-free, I'm using hemp seeds and pumpkin seeds. So that can help a lot. You can just substitute them, absolutely. Hemp seed or pumpkin seed.
And Ash asks, just joining, what are you making?
I'm sorry, I'm making gravy, a real quick and easy gravy, and the recipes will be on the site when we're done. I'm gonna add a little bit of olive oil to this too. I'll add that to the menu because I like the fat and things to our gravy. Just a touch of more. And I'm gonna add half the mushrooms, about a cup of mushrooms here. Now we have to get some purified water. So are you guys, like anybody there, whole family, the whole family is eating plant-based, or you're gonna have to go to a place where people are going to be comfortable or uncomfortable with your lifestyle choices? Any questions or thoughts on that during the holidays? Because I hope people remember the reason you want to use the holidays is to bring that peace and love and joy back to everything. Okay, I'm gonna blend this very quickly in my liquefier Vitamix. Let's see. If you wanted to figure it out, if you want questions.
We're gonna ask, is that spring water?
Actually, it's distilled water that's gone through a structure, water structure. So I use all structured water in my house. And that's gravy, but we're gonna take it one step even further.
And Lana Jacobs said 3 out of 4 of us are people.
3 out of 4 what?
3 out of 4 of us family are vegan.
Oh, okay. And you see, we got the little chunks of mushroom in there. This is our gravy, and it's gonna go over our biscuits and our mashed potatoes. All right, let's put this aside. And let's go back to where we've got the muffins in the oven. We've got the gravy. We've got the cranberry sauce. What are we missing?
Potatoes.
Oh, those potatoes. Yes, my favorite and easiest one. I'm gonna need, you know what? Oh, you won't be able to get to it that easily. I'm gonna need this again.
Do you need a second one?
Yeah, but it's downstairs, so. So by the way, any thoughts or anything that you can do to help us with this, to continue this, I would appreciate it because we're all kind of, well, I'll speak for myself. I'm very new at this. And I used to do these meetings in my restaurant every other month, and all of you guys would come and it was so much fun, and we'd make food and we would talk. And I'm trying to recreate that in the house. So, you know, we'll go along, but if you have any thoughts or ideas that could help us to streamline this or make it more usable or whatever your thoughts are, I would certainly appreciate the input.
We have a question. What does structured water do for you?
Oh my goodness, that's a whole video in itself. I actually sell the water structuring machines on my website. It is everything, people. Water is everything. It's the most, it's a food. Water is food for your body. Your body's 70% water, your brain, your tissue, everything is water. And we spend so much time drinking everything but water. But even when we drink water, we're drinking water out of plastic bottles or sink water with all the chemicals and things in it. And so what structured water is a whole new video on its own. Is it actually structures the water with the hydrogen and everything, how we were intended to drink it coming down the mountainside, and the crystals and everything that it would go through to nourish our bodies. So it's the most important thing in my kitchen. And if I could show you around, I have water here, 2 different kinds of structured water, one with crystals in it, and I have water over there with baking soda in it, and I have water here with crystals in it. I mean, water is everything. So the structured water, I will do a video on that because it's so important. And I sell the water structuring machines for your house. I have one on my shower. I have one here on the sink. So I filter the water, add minerals to it because it's distilled. That's all these jars of water, everything. It's, I hope that answered your question, but I'll do a YouTube on it. It's really important, and all the machines are available at shopkaryns.com. Okay, what were we doing now?
Potatoes.
Potatoes. Okay, let's get the potatoes done. So we're going to use 2 cups of cauliflower. And if you really wanted to make this even richer, you could actually marinate the cauliflower in a little olive oil and salt before you blend it and do it. Maybe that's what I'll do next time. So we're going to put in approximately 2 cups of cauliflower. I'm making mashed potatoes. All right. I'll do about 2 cups of those. I'm gonna add some lecithin granules just because they add a creaminess and a richness to everything. And of course, they're very good for us too. So I'm gonna add 2 tablespoons of lecithin granules. I'm gonna add 2 cups of soaked cashews. And just another little tip, what I do is I put these little screens on it, even for the seeds, because I will pour this on my plants. The next day, this water is supercharged. It's not really for us to drink or eat. We're supposed to soak it off, but so I'm gonna add 2 cups of cashews to this. I've been soaking. I think I'm gonna start blending this. I'm gonna add some olive oil. I promise you to give you the measurements. But measuring is so much to taste too. It's just getting all the ingredients. And you kind of do things to taste. I'm gonna add a little lemon juice. A couple of tablespoons. And salt. You definitely need salt. And we're gonna put the yeast. Okay, and we'll add the rest of the mushrooms at the end. Okay. Oh, we need purified water. So I'm just gonna tap this down. And our mashed potatoes are forming. And the thing of it is, we will pick it up in the refrigerator. I have something I made earlier. Okay, sorry about that. Let's see what we got here. Well, they look like mashed potatoes. Oh, that is so delicious. I'm gonna let them blend a little bit longer. Do we have any questions so far? Guys, this was another test run. I appreciate you for jumping in. I will post all the recipes and the rest of the food that we were gonna make. Let's get these potatoes. What?
Question from John. What's a good book to read or video to watch? Someone interested in vegan and
What's a good book or video? I say anything by Victoras Kovinskas. He wrote Survival in the 21st Century, and he's one of my teachers. And I would also say anything by Dr. Hendrik Moore, anything by Dr. Gabe Cousins. Oh, I have two. I have a couple of books too, right? I don't, right. I've written a couple of books too because I'm Thank you. It's called Soak Your Nuts. Maybe you'll remember that. And one is a cookbook, cooked and raw, and one is a cleansing and the lifestyle that I've lived for the past 50 years that I feel gives me my vitality and vigor and joy and just not falling down that rabbit hole that life tends to send us. And I think one way to connect, by the way, guys, I'm not really happy with the way this went today. I'm happy that it went, but I have a lot to learn from this, and I will definitely take feedback from all of you. This is new. I mean, I opened up a restaurant and I'd never worked in a restaurant either, so I'm kind of known for this. But it's this lifestyle. And the lifestyle doesn't come just because you've heard something or read something or somebody told you, or even what I'm telling you. It's setting up your life to live it. And that's what I think is the most important message that I have to get to. I mean, this is fun and we can make food, but there are 10,000 recipes on the website too. Hopefully what I'm bringing to you also is the reality that it works and how it's worked for me by setting up my life to live it. I mean, my whole kitchen, my dining room, my bathroom, everything in my house is set up for the lifestyle that I've heard and read and lived. And it doesn't become something just in your brain. You set up your life for it. And that's what I'm part of the intention of these cooking classes. I will get it more together where you learn more about food. But my joy and my intention is to help you, whatever you're choosing, because I don't think there's a right or a wrong or a good or a bad or a yes or a no or this way or the highway. I think it's the process of life. And we all step into the track that we're supposed to be in at the time. It may not be what we've chosen, but it's what we're supposed to be doing, because everything we go through, how you eat, how you live, how you treat others, it all comes down to how you're taking care of you. And I guess, and I don't guess, this is what I want to help you in any way I can with how to make it a part of your life. As you can see, if you look around here, you can pan the camera around a little bit. I mean, this is my life. The way this kitchen is set up. I even got something, I got a composter, folks. I feel like Green Acres. Anybody old enough to know that show? I actually have a composter now. It's just a joy to get up every day and be a part of life. And that's what I want to help people to feel, that same thing too, because the world is in a very strange place. And it can make you very uncomfortable if you don't center on yourself and bringing your own joy. And through the food you eat and the choices you make and the people that you surround yourself with, and surround yourself with nurturing your life. Because this is all we get that I know about this time around. And so putting all that energy in time. I know it, it was a bit of a mess here tonight. I understand it. It didn't come off the way I wanted it to, but it's the joy of you do it right, you do it wrong, but I'm taking care of me. All right. And hopefully I'm helping you take care of you, because it isn't right or wrong or good or bad or yes or no. It's the process, and it's taking in new stuff all the time to make your life richer and fuller. And so that you do have Thanksgiving every morning that you wake up. And it isn't about some Indians and whatever in my world. It's about Thanksgiving of my life and the people around me. And you know what I didn't get to? This is cute. One of the things I was going to put the gravy in my great grandmother's copper dish. Can you believe it? It was my great grandmother's. She knew that, people did the right thing. They used copper, they used the right elements. And so I want to just help us remember that it's all available to us. Is it wrong if we don't do it? I don't want to make you feel that way, but remember that you know to do it. So with this kind of mess, happy with the day, it is what it is. I'll get better at it, I promise. I just want you to remember that if you don't take care of your body, the most magnificent machine you'll ever be given, where you're going to live, and DM me, and I promise I'm going to get the recipes up, and DM me what you want to see me do or any help you can give us too. I appreciate you. Bye.